Okay, it's a couple of single actions. This is a Uberti Schofield. I saw it on guns.com. It was $750. I made an offer for $675 and they took it. I was kind of surprised actually. It's the first .45 Colt gun I've had, and so I've already shot that once. And then this is an Uberti Cattleman, and it's all very nicely engraved. It's got all the little pretty florals and things. I mean, shoot, even the housing there is engraved, and down here. So it's all nice and engraved. It's your standard 1873 Peacemaker. I have, today I only brought a box of little cowboy loads out that I figured would probably be the best for the Uberti in particular, because the Uberti, it's a very slick imitation pearl or ivory, or I think that's supposed to be pearl, but it's very slick, and so I don't know that you'd be able to hold on to much. With the Ubertis, or with the Schofields, you know, the extraction star rises up and then goes down. When you're extracting from the gun, you have to do it pretty fast, otherwise things will, some of the cases will stay in and the extractor star will come down on top of them, and then you got to open it and close it back up again in order to get those fired cases out. So, we'll start off with the Uberti Schofield. And again, these are single action, and one of the nice things about this, because these are guns that don't really have your standard safety, since you know you have your hammer there, the nice thing about the Schofield, not only is the ejection really fast, but you can just line up the empty chamber and close it, and now you know your chamber is, or your hammer is on an empty chamber. So if for some reason you decided you were going to carry your Schofield, I don't know, maybe you had a Clint Eastwood moment or something, you could put it on an empty chamber very easily. Single action, so obviously every time you want to fire the gun, you have to pull the hammer back. I'm going to shoot kind of that little cluster down there at the bottom. Have a V-notch sight in the front, and then just a post. I'm sorry, a V-notch sight in the back, and then a post in the front. So we'll see how we do. That was just to the left of my whole group. That was by the top left black dot. I'm kind of aiming at that middle black dot. And that was just below that dot, so it was just a better shot on my part. Part of it is this notch. It's a whole lot of stainless steel. And I've got the sun kind of coming right down, and so I'm getting a lot of reflection off the top of the gun. And so between the sight notch and this, it's just all bright. But I did get, the second round is also on that top left dot. And again, I'm aiming for the middle, or trying to aim for the middle, but again, part of it is, that was me, I think, just pulling it a little bit low. Is that 5? That was 5. Like I was talking about earlier, ejecting it, if you eject it slowly, then what'll happen is, oh, actually none of them fell out that time. Huh. Well, that's the first time that's happened. Alright, try it again. Ejecting it slowly. None of them are doing it the way they were before. Before, the extractor star was coming down on top of a few of the cases. So I'll try it faster. And that's what you're generally looking for. So then you can just drop your cartridges in, so the loading process is much faster. Or, I'm sorry, the unloading process is much faster, and the loading process is quite a bit faster. With the Peacemaker clones, or the 1875s, you load one, you skip, then you load the rest, and then when you pull a hammer back, see right now, I don't know if you can see it, right now there's the rim of a case that is under the hammer. So, when we pull the hammer back, it's going to be on that empty, and so then it comes down and it sits on an empty. Again, I don't know why anybody would want to try to carry one of these, but if somebody did for some reason. I'm going to shoot at that top pink circle over the right, or actually it says left shoulder, but it's on the right side of the target. And again, you've got a notch here, and then you've got the blade up front, but this one does not have that same reflective quality. hit the edge of the circle. That was mean, but that was also going to be off to the left. And I'm starting to think point of aim is off considerably on this. Yeah, everything is hitting off to the left. So I am thinking that sight-wise, it's not quite on. Yep. So all 5 of those wound up going left. And then, of course, unloading these. Whoa, that's suboptimal. My little rod here came loose. There it is. Now it's locked in again. That could have been me from when I took the cylinder out of the gun. I may not have put it all the way back. You know, you've got to unload them very slowly and then load it up again. So, in terms of firing speed, if you're thinking that you're going to want to reload quickly, cowboy action, what have you, then you're probably going to want to look at the Schofield models. There is also another type called the Merwin and Hulbert, which I am hoping to get one of those soon. And that one's really different because you basically take this entire part of the gun, turn it sideways, and pull it forward, and then the empties fall out. So, anyway, this was the Uberti Schofield and the Uberti 1873 Cattleman.